Hello folks, this is Chris with Big Guys Hike 2. And today my video is going to be about motivation. What motivates you? What makes you want to get out on the trail and hike? Well, for me, number one reason is my health. I used to be very active in the military. I would work out 5 or 6 hours a day, and I lived in the gym. I'd work out in the morning, I'd run 10 miles, go to PT, run with the Army. Then I'd go to work. Lunch, I'd go lift weights. And then after work, I did more Army PT. Then I followed up with some kind of cardio. And at one point, I was teaching spin class at our post gym. So when I hurt my back and was unable to do any exercise, I kind of had a pity party for myself. And couldn't do what I wanted to do. I wasn't going to do anything. I blew up like a balloon. My max weight was 368 pounds. And my health took a very serious toll for it. I developed diabetes and all kinds of issues with carrying all this extra weight. Recently, I'm having heart problems and also joints and all those kind of issues. Not to mention, a year and a half ago, I got rear-ended in a car accident, and then at the end of last year, I was diagnosed with cancer and been going through the treatment. So my motivation, number one motivation, is that I got to hike to try to lose weight and try to get my health back to compatibility with living. So that's number one. Number two is I'm a father of 4 children and 1 stepson, and my oldest is 30 and my youngest is 15, and I like to be around to watch all of them grow up and become parents of their own. And I would love to spoil my grandchildren and take them out. My grandfather, my grandfather on my mom's side was never around, didn't exist. My step grandfather was a grandfather, but he wasn't very participative in the grandkids' lives. Not that he was mean or anything, he just didn't do much with us. He had emphysema real bad, so he didn't do a whole lot. And my grandfather on my dad's side was a huge hunter and fisherman, great outdoorsman, would travel to the Rocky Mountains to visit his brother and go elk hunting. And then he had another brother that was in Washington State, and he would go hunting out there. And then he would go up to Canada and fish at fishing cabins for a month at a time. And he'd do that, all that, once a year at least. My dad didn't do any of that, wasn't really an outdoors guy. So when I was little, he died when I was 4, but when I was little, he started taking me doing things like that. I think I would have been a lot more of an outdoorsman and take greater opportunities in that if I had was a squirrel over there. Would have took advantage of that. But like I said, he passed away. He also was very mechanically inclined, worked on his own automobiles and pretty much all the engines on anything, did his own house repairs, all that stuff. My dad was the first one in his family to go to college, and so he really didn't do any of that stuff, and he was a true white-collar worker. And so I never picked up on any of those skills. And through the years, I've picked up from here and there. A buddy of mine will show me how to do something, and I'm pretty easy to learn when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I can do the basic maintenance on my vehicle, brakes, all the fluid changes. Feel pretty confident to remove anything that isn't part of the main engine block, but that's about as far as it goes with that. So I want to be able to teach my grandchildren some of the things that I've learned over the years, so I'd like to be around for that. another motivation for me is that I want to kind of prove to a lot of the people out there that just because you kind of got off track doesn't mean it's never too late to get back on track. So that's also why I get motivated, is to prove a lot of naysayers. Because let me tell you, once you announce you're going to hike something like the Appalachian Trail, especially when you're my age, you're going to have a ton of people tell you you're too old, you're too out of shape, should have done it when you were younger, you're not going to be able to do it. So it motivates me to prove them wrong. I've always been a kind of competitive person. And so that motivates me. Making these YouTube videos and having people watch them and making comments gives me some kind of a small sense of responsibility that gets me out on a couple of those days I really don't want to go, because I know I haven't been out for a while and people are going to wonder where the videos are at. So that's why I like doing the videos. One, keeps me a little more honest than I probably would be otherwise. And the other thing is, it gets me to help other people in the same predicament I am, maybe motivate them, because if I can do it, then maybe they feel like they can do it. So that's another motivation. Another one is my wife. Her second husband passed away from cancer, and I surely do not want her to put her through that again with me. And so I want to be around for quite a long time for that. So those are kind of my motivations, and that's why I'm out here. So I am just doing a short little track at the park across from my house, and my mileage is terrible right now, but like I said, everybody's got to start somewhere. So 2 miles is better than no miles, and it's also a little bit farther than I walked the last time. So just gotta keep going forward, do what you can do. If that means walk down a flight of stairs and up back same flight of stairs, and that's it. Park at the end of the parking lot, walk to the building, and do that. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and you know, the only thing stopping you is your ego, and don't let that stop you. So, you know, remember, plan your hike and hike your plan.